Yeah, I don't blame you. You hate to have your house burned down and all your neighbors' houses burned down and all your animals killed because some guy didn't use his head about running a chainsaw in the weeds.
Yeah, it's just like, it's insane. And people don't think, but they're not taught anymore. But the guy should have known better. I mean, he looked like he was in his 50s, so he either, his parents are retarded or something. I mean, I don't know. His kid would stand there with a stupid look on his face. I'm like, hey, your dad's going to go to jail if he starts a fire here.
Nowadays, you can probably go back at least 2 generations, and you'll have people, a lot of people that don't know much. Their parents didn't know much, and their parents didn't know much. You know, the years of people being able to do anything by themselves or know anything, those are gone. Just take a look at the schools now, what they're teaching people, what they're teaching kids, and then go back another generation or 2, and that's what they were taught. So nowadays, a lot of people are just nothing.
KFDPZ. K6BDP.
K6PKT portable.
Aptos, California, BDP is. And, well, I noticed some friends of mine, if you start talking about science, like, what could cause the fire, or what precautions you should take, you start talking about science at all, and they get scared. They actually just don't know what to do. It's something they don't know much about, most people.
Common sense is at an all-time low in society today. Just the ability to use whatever skills you were given to cross them over, you know, like putting out a grease fire on the top of your stove and putting out a fire on the side of the road or putting out a car fire. You know, I mean, all things burning have an inherent, you know, similarity. So if you learn to just think outside the box a little bit, you can jump over and take care of that one. You can take care of this one. But like you said, these people these days, if it's not the exact same thing that they were taught by the mainstream retards, they lock up.
Well, if they knew about the fire triangle, what it takes to make fire and keep it going, as soon as you break one of those legs out of the triangle, you can do away with the fire. They don't even know about that.
Fuel, heat, and air. Yeah, we have a lot of electric stations that use, what is it, halide, or I think it's halide, right? Am I pronouncing that right? Takes the air out of the equation.
Halon, yeah, we used Halon fire extinguishers. They used to have them in the race cars until it killed a couple of drivers.
Yeah, because it takes the air away. It's pretty hard to breathe when there's no air.
Yeah, I had Halon fire extinguishers in my race car, and then they were old bottles that had been filled, and then I swapped out. Now I got this new stuff that's like spermicide. Your girlfriend won't get pregnant, and you won't burn to death.
Yeah, because you'll die.
Good times. Yeah, there's almost 20 pounds of fire retardant on board, and I have two levers that I hit. Sprays my feet, my chest, and then it sprays the where the oil comes out, usually when all the rods kick out of the side of the motor.
Well, those Halon extinguishers in United Airlines there in Denver, they had this big building with all these simulators in there, and if there was a fire warning, they briefed us on it. If there's a fire warning, they're setting off all this Halon. You got to get the hell out of there quick, or you'll die.
Yeah, you'll take a goddamn nap right there.
That's right.
Permanent, right?
You better believe it. Yeah, that stuff just displaces. I mean, you'll feel euphoric. You'll feel kind of mellow about it, but yeah, you end up bad results.
I guess you might say you feel lighter than air, right?
Walking on sunshine. You guys ever saw this girl? She used to inhale, huff computer cleaner, and before they used to have computer cleaner. Now has this bitter, this embitterate shit or whatever. It makes it bitter, so it messes with you and it hurts your lungs. You cough. Well, anyways, this lady was on intervention. She was a drug addict. She was inhaling like 5-6 cans of that shit a day to get high, and One of the episodes, she's high as a kite, screaming at the police that she's walking on sunshine.
Wow.
Good times. It was great. I used to use that saying for the longest time when I was a medic and we'd come on scene to some drug addict just out of their mind. I'd say, "Oh, this one's walking on sunshine." It's a nice term. Or it's like that Johnny Cash song, if you're going to be stupid, you better be tough.
Yeah, Boy Named Sue.
Or is it you're going to be dumb, you better be tough? I don't know, whatever one. Those are good words. That's a good sentiment.
Well, Walden, what did the temperature get up to today in Rogue River?
Weldon must have checked out.
He said he'd be back. He's probably not going to be back for another 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. I bet it's warmer up there today.
Let's look on the way back machine.
Okay.
It's been extremely warm up there the last several days. Phoenix, it was, 114 today in Phoenix. I know Phoenix and Rogue River are two different places, but both Northern California and Southern Oregon around there, they've been pretty warm lately.
I talked to my son in Bend last night. He said it was really warm, and he said actually yesterday it was they were outside in the shade trees trying to stay cool and spraying water on each other in Bend.
I can believe it.
It's right now in Rogue River, and it was a high of 89.
Okay.
That's what the confuser told me.
It would probably be a little warmer in Bend.
Well, I see Weldon's weather station. It says 80.2 right now at his weather station, and it looked like the high was 88 and the low was 50.
Did they ever figure out what the high was in the White House?
Oh, yeah, they know. It was Coke. And it wasn't Coca-Cola.
And probably some Secret Service agent put it in there.
Yeah, it was probably Hunter's, but old Joe's gonna say he was too smart for that.
Right.
Good old Secret Service. There was a girl, she was good looking. She was on the roller derby team with my wife, and her persona, her name was Secret Cervix.
Oh, nice.
Maybe it wasn't really that secret. Maybe everyone knew about it.
Yeah, no, it's funny. The women's flat track roller derby, the girls all have their persona. They have the names, like Weaving Colbert instead of and stuff like that. It was. They're still doing it, but it's not as prevalent it was. But roller derby got big for a while.
It says it's going to be 90 in Rogue River tomorrow.
90.
That's right.
We're going to have 64 here now. Tomorrow, 81. Not bad.
It's 89 here right now.
Wine 'em, dine 'em, 89 'em.
Yep.
It's supposed to be 92 this Friday in Bend, Oregon.
15 scientific theories that suggest the end of the world is near. Yeah, our White House is one of them.
Well, they're going to tax the hell out of us if the end of the world's coming up because the bureaucrats and stuff are going to need money to tie them over, during the end of the world.
If you look at how many times they've said that the end of the world is near when there's been Democrats in office, it would, it has to be, 10 times plus. So, yeah, they're all about the doom and gloom.
No, I realize that, but they could fool the public by saying we need it because the end is coming and we'll need the money to support us. And the public will
there's
say, okay.
an article saying that Obama thinks that, all these bad things about Trump and he's unfit and everything. They're really going to town. We have the most corrupt president in history right now, and they're still worried about the guy that did nothing but good things.
Well, it's a way of getting everybody to look the other way.
Yeah, I guess so.
People are tired of looking the other way, I think, but only time will tell. 2024, I think there's going to be a change unless I think Trump's back in unless something really big comes up. You know, they're throwing all these curveballs and none of them are getting over the plate. So people are seeing right through it.
You know what? If he should have a running partner this time, like a transgender, lesbian, ZDQ, XTYZ person, and then see if the Democrats tear that person apart, because they can't. I mean, it doesn't follow the narrative. They won't be able to say anything bad about it. They won't be able to do nothing, and they can't say that Trump's a lunatic for having a transgender, this and that. They would all short circuit and kind of blow a fuse.
Have you heard that Carrie Lake speak? I think she's going to be his running mate, and she does a really good job. Well-spoken, smart lady. I'm surprised. I think there might have been some corruption along the way. That's why she didn't make governor. But yeah, she's got a huge potential of getting in there.
KF-DBV.
Yeah, it's possible.
W6TNT.
K6PKT.
K6BDP, Aptos, California.
KJ6. Victor, Romeo, Charlie. Hey, did you guys see the video? They showed the 4th of July video where Hunter Biden was tweaking and geeking behind the scenes. They're the First Lady and everybody's up there on the, watching the parade or the fireworks or some shit from this balcony. And he's like rubbing his nose and rubbing his face and tweaking and running around. And he looks like a goddamn drug addict on the sidewalk in Portland with his eyes wired.
Oh, that's what he is.
Yeah, he's high as a kite. He's probably pissed off because he couldn't find his Coke.
Oh, no. You kidding me? That little bit that they found, that was just a teaser. That was something left behind for old Joe, and Joe just forgot it was sitting there. And, yeah, Hunter's got plenty. I'm sure if they actually looked around in the White House, they would find way more than what they did there.
So the term White House, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh. The old snow job.
And maybe instead of Slow Joe, it's Snow Joe.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't think the president's doing cocaine because I think he would drop dead. I don't think he's got the gumption. But you know what's interesting? If they wanted to figure this out, why don't they just drug test him and see, the people in the White House, just drug test them all and see who's on cocaine.
They charge him up with that stuff before every public appearance, so he don't walk on the microphone looks like 3PO.
Beeper?
Why do you think he gets lost every time at the end of an interview? He doesn't know what he's doing or where he's going, and he trips on stage. He started off tripping going up the stairs of Air Force One. So, yeah, there's no doubt that old Hunter's hooked him up, and they charge him up. He's out of the basement, give him a good charge, send him out there, and then he's lost.
Don't they call it China White?
Mm-hmm. Give me a old bump of Coke. I mean, it's got to be a proud moment when you got pictures of your kid with rotten teeth, smoking meth and snorting cocaine off of prostitutes. I mean, that's got to be a warm, fuzzy feeling.
Yeah, well, that's the one that's alive. The other one killed himself.
Did he have brain cancer or something?
Yeah, he was a vet. He was in the military and everything, and then he ended up with a brain tumor or something like that, and that's what ultimately killed him.
I wonder if he was like telling his dad not to be a crook and telling his brother not to do bad things, and something happened.
I think he pissed off Hillary.
Yeah, he went over there with like the Scalia guy, and they said that the pillow was so heavy it suffocated him. I don't know how that worked. Did you ever hear that there, Grant?
No, didn't hear that.
Yeah, that Justice Scalia, they're saying that he got accidentally suffocated by a heavy pillow.
Yeah, they were on a hunting trip or something down in Texas or something, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
was shady. It was like a big old tree. It was something shady. Yeah, they said it was like a heavy pillow or something. You know, he turned over and he had sleep apnea, or maybe it was SIDS.
Well, and they were down there at a lodge where they do trap shooting and stuff like that, and he was dead. And they had the autopsy, and they fumigated him and roasted him before anyone had anything to say.
Yeah, it's probably full of full of double-aught buck, and they
had no idea. There's no way to find out.
Cremated him and all that stuff first. All that stuff would melt out, and they'd ultimately reclaim it and use it for reloading and or for fishing weights.
Yeah, definitely interesting situation.
Heads should roll.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's the problem we got. But I'm super excited. If this fight goes on between Zuckerberg and what's his name, the SpaceX moron, I just my life will be complete.
The only way I'd be happy about that is if they both take each other out. They just lay dead right there in the ring.
Oh, Elon.
I got my internet from the other guy, you know, and I want to continue getting the internet. I want him to stay alive. He does a good job providing internet for me.
The other guy?
Yeah,
I figured that would bring him out of the wood.
The other guy?
Robert the termite is here.
Shut up, Robert. Jesus Christ, what an idiot.
Is that who we're talking about?
Yeah, I don't want to mention any names.
You
don't
ever take
know
a
who he
course
is?
on making friends?
Same guy makes all those electric cars.
Yeah, Elon.
Elon Muskie.
And he also has that rocket company, SpaceX, and then he also has a a tunnel boring company. He's got all kinds of places.
He's a smart guy.
He's a fart smeller.
That's right.
You can sit on an ice cream cone and tell you what flavor it is.
There you go. Hey, Robert.
What?
What'd you have for dinner?
Chicken, artichoke, corn on the cob, I think what they call that. Fig Newton for dessert. And that was my dinner.
No fruit?
That.
Did I have a fruit? I don't know, Grant. Did I?
I know. I asked you the question. You ought to know. I don't know what you had.
Did he ask if you had a fruit, or are you a fruit?
Well, I was listening to you guys chatting. I was eating my artichoke, so I haven't got to the fruit yet.
Okay.
You are a fruit.
Yeah, that's nice.
Hey, you should, when you go to leave this next time, don't just leave. You got to use your call sign to sign out.
I did.
No, has anybody heard him sign out in the last, 5 times? He shows up, says a few stupid things, and then disappears. And I try and ask you a question, and you're just gone, dead air.
No, he never uses his call sign.
I just turn it off.
Right. Well, this time I'm asking you to, as a common courtesy, as a white person, to say, hey, I'm going to take off. You guys have a nice one. So then we know I don't just keep calling out to you like you're a retard.
Oh, like a white person. Say, hey, man, what you talking about, white person?
That sounds like a racist comment there.
Right, Grant?
That's you're mocking somebody. Come on.
Say, hey, man.
So anyways, on that note, Weldon should be back in a little while. Somebody else might be in there. We got Bruce, we got John, we got Roberto, Grant, Dave. Yeah, we got a pretty good clip we got a pretty good magazine.
I may go watch me some Soul Train.
Well, you sound like you should.
Good time.
Grant's probably never seen that show.
Yeah, he's been around. Are you down to the nubs, or did you get food recently?
I got food about a week ago, not even a week ago.
Did you go get it yourself?
All right.
Huh?
Did you go get it yourself?
What do you mean I go get it myself? What do you mean? Yeah, I ordered it online, and then I set up a time, and then the two pretty girls came out of the store, filled up my truck, and I drove on.
Okay, good for you. Cool. You stocked your fridge and freezer, and now you're happy.
I've been eating good.
Good for you.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
Did you ever get lobster?
No, I don't get lobster. Lobster, I'm not a real big lobster fan. Crab I like. But lobster,
He is a
lobster's
crab.
just kind of, it's just there. It's not, I like a more in-your-face kind of crustacean, like crab. But lobster, whatever.
Is that your crustacean tube in your ears, like your eustachian?
No, that's a station, not crustacean. Crustacean with an E, and not start with a C.
Oh, okay. You got me.
Guys, I got to go to supper. KI5DBV.
Okay, very good, Bruce. Have a good dinner there. We'll see you maybe later if and when you get back. K6PKT Portable 6.
Dave, you're in charge of the time now. 10 minutes.
So in the South, do they call dinner supper, or I thought lunch was supper?
Nope. I think in the South it's breakfast, dinner, and supper.
Breakfast what?
Dinner and supper. So they call their lunch dinner, and their what we usually call dinner is supper.
They call it time to eat.
And I only know that because my dad was from Ohio, and that's exactly how they did it.
So they don't have any lunches. They don't call it lunch in the Midwest or the South, huh?
Yeah, see, here's the deal. Webster Dictionary established dinner as the principal meal of the day. Supper, on the other hand, has three definitions. The evening meal, when dinner is taken at midday, a light meal served late in the evening, and evening social, especially for raising funds, can be a supper.
So is that lunch or is that dinner?
No, supper is a light meal that is adjacent to dinner. Dinner is always considered the large meal or whatever. I don't know. But back east, slang term, who knows? Maybe that's just like I'm going to have supper.
Well, lunch really should be your bigger meal of the day, and you don't want to eat a whole lot of food at night. You should have close to an empty stomach when you go to bed at night.
Why is that?
So you can give your damn stomach a rest.
Digesting while you're laying down. I mean, you don't want to be like puking up food on your pillow.
Have you ever tried to go to bed hungry? I can't go to sleep if my stomach isn't rocking.
Well, you go to bed, you eat a meal about 6 o'clock or 7, and then you don't eat anything before you go to bed. And your stomach is pretty much empty during the night, and it can recuperate a little bit along with the rest of your body. Otherwise, your stomach never gets any rest if you're constantly feeding it.
Yeah, but that's basically how I do it.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, but you're eating right now, and you don't go to bed for like 3-4 hours, so your stomach's not totally empty, but you're not full.
No, I'm going to go have a piece of fruit. I don't know if I want an orange, a navel orange, or do I want an apple?
How about an army orange?
Well, the other thing is, what did you eat for dinner? If you had a bunch of tomato sauce and acidic stuff, you wouldn't want to eat an orange. It'd mess with your stomach. You would probably want to eat an apple.
Yeah, that'd be what? Citric acid.
But that's just me thinking. I try not to.
That's true.
Maybe a glass of milk would be good because that has a tendency, being it's alkaline, to kind of smooth out the acidic portion of whatever.
Well, it's kind of heavy, though. Milk is kind of heavy. Makes you kind of want to wet the bed.
Wet the bed?
Right.
I have never, in my almost 65 years of life, have never wet the bed, Grant.
I bet you did when you were a baby.
Don't worry, Robert. There's still plenty of time.
Yeah, there's plenty of time, Robert. I just know my son, he sleeps so well with the medicine that he takes. Sometimes he'll wet the bed, and I really get on him if he drinks milk at night, because he'll for sure, if he gets that close to wetting the bed, he'll wet the bed if he drank a lot of milk, because it's heavier.
Hey, Grant, don't try to compare. I mean, a 40-year-old man wet in the bed. I mean,
what was the weather like in Boulder Creek?
Like I say, I've never wet the bed.
Am I still talking over him? I was trying to miss him.
So don't be like trying to compare and say, well, because my son wets the bed. General population. I'll bet you if you do a Google search to find out what the percentage of the population wets the bed, I'll bet it is a minuscule amount.
The bed. So, Robert, what was the weather like in Boulder Creek?
I knew that would make Robert go nuts.
What was the weather today? Was it hot or cold?
Hot.
No, it was low 70s.
Okay. You going to have a Lincoln log fire tonight?
I did have a fire last night. It was nice to take the chill off of my house, because my house was getting into the 60s, and my body did not like that.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
So you might have one tonight again?
I don't know. It's not cold in my house right now.
Do you wear pajamas?
Of course I wear pajamas.
Do you wear something on top of the pajamas in case the pajamas don't keep you warm?
Do what?
Do you wear something on top of the pajamas? Like, how many quilts do you have on your bed?
Do you have any quilts on your bed, or do you wear like satin sheets, or what do you got?
No, I mean I got a down comforter that I sleep under.
A down comforter? How long's it been since you washed it?
I bet it really smells bad.
Well, here's the deal. If you're asthmatic, you should never have a down comforter.
That's right.
There's all kinds of shit in those things from the birds to begin with, and they collect dust, and you can't wash them like a regular comforter, so the feathers and everything, they grow spores and shit. So then you go to bed and you slowly wheeze to death.
I've never had a problem. I've had this comforter for years, and I've never had a problem. Okay?
Well, maybe that's the problem you're having.
I'm not having any problem.
Well, you're talking about, having problems breathing sometimes and lung problems.
Being on the radio right now is raising my blood pressure, so I think I'll check out. 7-3, gentlemen, KV6 Qso.
Oh, okay. Like I said, thanks for checking out, Robert.
Yeah, he gave the call letters that time, didn't he? He did a good job.
It's going to be 96 in Bend next Saturday, Grant.
Say what?
It's going to be 96 in Bend next Saturday.
I'll bet my son will be pushing it to come down here for a week or two.
Wouldn't be
bend the temperature needle?
Yeah, you can get the 10-day weather forecast, and it's really hot up there. All of Oregon's pretty warm.
Well, maybe this is about the time of year they'll have another big fire up there.
Well, you never know.
Remember that time I went up there? It wasn't too long ago that I had to, at about just north of.
Yeah, you had to go east.
You had to go east and circle up and come back into Bend?
I think you had to go 97 or something, and then you had to go over, and then you had to come back. You had to go way out of your way to get there. But you're not going to have a fire there anymore because that area is all burned, so it's not going to happen again in that area.
Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah, just north of Klamath Falls, I had to go east, then up. And there was a lake out there to the right, and that lake had to be the least shallow, or the most shallow lake I've ever seen in my life. It extended about 10 miles out in every direction. But you could tell from the terrain that it could be a foot deep out there in the middle. But it was a big lake. I guess there'd been some rain, and the whole valley was full of water, but the land going into it from both sides were just about the same level as the water, maybe an inch or so below. I don't think that whole lake was more than a foot deep at the deepest spot.
Interesting.
What lake was it?
I don't know the name of it, but it's to the east of Highway 97, about halfway between Klamath Falls and Bend.
Lake Titicaca?
No. I can get my map out and find out.
Yeah, Titicaca's in Venezuela.
I know, I just like the name.
Let's see, I can give you the name. Stand by.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Well, you said it was around Klamath Falls. Maybe it was Klamath Lake.
No, it wasn't Klamath Falls. It was north and east of Klamath Falls, about 60 miles. Let's see here.
They got Upper Klamath Lake. They got Lower